Hello, MCU fans! With What If Season 2 right around the corner, we decided on the Discord server for this YouTube channel that we would have members do a What If pitch contest, so members could submit their entries for what they think would make a great What If episode. Then we had people vote on that, and so this video is going to look at the runners-up and the top 10 entries. I think you'll really enjoy them. There were some great ideas. Now, a few of them had to be slightly abridged to fit in this video format, so I'm going to leave a pinned comment so that you can also join the over 1,000 members on the Discord server, and you can read all the entries yourself. We do fun contests like this all the time, so we would love to have you join us. All right, without further ado, let's dive right in and see what we can find out. Don't forget, we do have the December contest running all month long. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment. One random winner will be announced on a video in early January and can choose from one of the books or steel books above. Best of luck. Also, don't forget we do have the new membership option in case you're interested in supporting the channel in that fashion. But no matter how you support the channel, it's greatly appreciated. Simply subscribing, leaving a comment, liking a video, it all helps. So thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to start with the runners-up for the What If Pitch Contest entries. And Haley provides our first one with What If Sylvie retired to Earth 138 and met Hobie Brown? Now, in case you're having trouble visualizing what that might look like, Haley gave us this epic picture. I love it. I want to see it right now. Give me this episode with Sylvie and Hobie hanging out. Good stuff. Thank you, Haley. All right, then we have Big Boss BGP, who asked the question, what if Hulk stayed on Earth instead of ending up on Sakaar? Caps gave us tons of entries, asking the questions, what if Nova was a hero at the Nova Corps in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1? What if Hela and Surtur teamed up to fight Thor? I love that. What if Ego never revealed the truth about Peter's mom? And what if Captain Marvel stayed with the Kree Empire indefinitely? Good stuff. Thank you, Caps. Then Dakas also asked the question, what if Ego never revealed the truth about Peter's mom? So I really want to see that episode now. That sounds great. WandaVision, epic combination of Gwen from Spider-Verse and WandaVision, my favorite show. So yeah, WandaVision, you win just for the name alone. But anyway, ask the question, what if Howard the Duck was on Earth? I'm down for that. Turtle asked the question, what if Loki died in Thor? And Caps also asked the question, what if a bit of everything was hired to be the timekeeper at Marvel Studios? Okay, I'm down. I want to see that episode, please. Please, I'm in. All right, so now we go to the top 10 What If Pitch Contest entries. So we actually have a tie right off the bat. Mystic Wizard 616 comes in at number 9, asking the question, what if 838 saw the Scarlet Witch coming? So, in this universe, 838 Stephen was still alive. He dreamt of the Scarlet Witch attacking Kamar-Taj in 616. He saw 616 Stephen drop through a portal and into Universe 838. Instead of antagonizing 616 Stephen, they formed an army of superheroes and called them the United Illuminati. They consist of America and 616 Stephen, the 838 Inhumans, the 838 X-Men, could be the main team or maybe from either the animated series or a new one, the 838 Fantastic Four, the 838 Avengers, and the 838 Talokan. With an army of Ultron sentries, they prepared to take on the Scarlet Witch. She's ultimately defeated, but the incursion between 616 and 838 is still imminent. The Illuminati kill 616 Strange and use America to destroy the 616 universe as 838 celebrates victory. Ouch. Wow. Good stuff. All right, also at number 9, WandaVision asked the question, what if HYDRA controlled Operation Cerberus? So, the scenario begins with Frank Castle and Daredevil on the rooftop during Daredevil Season 2. The confrontation proceeds normally, but as he lines up his shot, a car drives past, audibly playing a loud song with their windows down. Frank will then aim his sights right at the head of Matt Murdock. The story then flashes back to Frank Castle recovering from his mission in Kandahar. In the fallout and subsequent discharge from Operation Cerberus, Frank gets confronted by Rollins and Bakshi, who immediately turn him into a sleeper agent, activated by Johnny Cash's song, Personal Jesus. We then come back to present, and Frank takes the shot. Wow. All right. Number 8, Purples asked the question, what if Captain Marvel joined Ronan? Interesting. So we start with an alternate telling of Guardians of the Galaxy, but instead of Korath being in it, it's Veers, who was never captured by Talos and thus never left the Kree. With her firepower, Ronan never needed to strike a deal with Thanos, and no Gamora means no Drax, and no info on the Collector. Instead, it's just Quill on the run from the Ravagers, the Nova Corps, Rocket and Groot, who want the bounty, and most importantly, Ronan and Veers. So when Quill is backed into a corner and tries a dance-off distraction tactic, Crazy on You, Veers stops and asks, "What song is that?" remembering her life on Earth. Quill escapes, and their rivalry continues. That's fun. That is fun. All right, Murdochst comes in with number 7, asking the question, what if Hawkeye died instead of Quicksilver? Interesting. So during the battle in Age of Ultron, Quicksilver doesn't react in time to save Hawkeye and the Sokovian boy from being shot to death. Pietro is traumatized by the event and fights even harder than he would have otherwise, and this, combined with Wanda never leaving her post, leads to the Avengers managing to defeat Ultron and lower the city safely back to Earth. Wanda and Pietro both join the Avengers as new recruits. With Pietro surviving, Wanda and Vision never bond over her trauma, and instead Vision bonds with Pietro, the two forming a romantic relationship. Pietro fights in Lagos and manages to save Steve and the civilians from Rumlow's suicide bombing at the Lagos market. And with both the Lagos incident and the Sokovia disaster being avoided, the superhero civil war never happens, and a united Avengers team manages to defeat Thanos and prevent the snap. Wow. All of that simply because Hawkeye died instead of Quicksilver. Good stuff. All right, number 6. Mystic Wizard 616 asked the question, what if the Secret Invasion started sooner? Okay, in this timeline, Gravik stole the Avengers' DNA right after he collected it, setting his plan in motion while the world was in chaos right after the blip. With his new powers and Super Skrulls at his side, he destroys the newly built Sabre space station with Nick Fury on it at the time. Talos now has to impersonate Fury, and he assembles a new team of Avengers consisting of Captain Marvel, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Monica Rambeau, Doctor Strange, and War Machine. But Gravik succeeds in replacing more than half of the Avengers, and now they can't trust each other. With these trust issues, they start to kill each other until Gravik kills the final Avenger. Gravik then causes World War III, and there's no one to stop him. Gravik wins, and the Earth is now New Skrullos. Wow. All right, a tie again at number 5. So number 4 is Murdochst with the question, what if the other half disappeared? So immediately after the blip, Nick Fury holds an emergency meeting with the remaining Avengers on Earth. Wanda roams the Earth, carrying the body of Vision until she arrives in the ruins of her hometown, Sokovia. Overwhelmed with grief, she lashes out and creates a hex, similar to that in WandaVision. Strange, Drax, Mantis, Star-Lord, and Spider-Man are still on Titan. A split in the group forms, with Parker and Strange blaming Quill for their failure. Spider-Man and Strange find a way to return to Earth, where they meet up with the surviving Avengers, while the Guardians return to nowhere. WandaVision ends with Monica gaining her powers and joining the Avengers, and Wanda becoming the Scarlet Witch. She seeks revenge with Thanos, while the Avengers discuss a plan to find Thanos by locating the Time Stone via Strange's magic. They learn that Thanos has traveled to the Garden. But Wanda finds Thanos first, as he's in the process of destroying the Infinity Stones. He manages to destroy the Soul, Space, and Reality Stones before Wanda kills him by forcing him to swallow the Power Stone. She revives Vision, and the two have a heartfelt reunion as the Avengers arrive and realize what has happened. They confront Wanda, and Strange proclaims that they've lost. The Avengers return to Earth, and Strange takes the Time Stone with him. 5 years later, Wanda and Vision are raising their sons in Westview, New Jersey. Sam is the new Captain America. Monica Rambeau is the director of S.W.O.R.D. Shuri is the new Black Panther after T'Challa's death. Yelena Belova is now the new Black Widow. Jane Foster the new Thor. And Strange is Sorcerer Supreme, contemplating the possibility of using the Time Stone to go back in time to prevent the blip from happening. Nice. Also at number 4, Cobra asks the question, what if Spider-Man chose Captain America's side? So the airport fight now takes place at the LaGuardia Airport in Queens. After seeing the Avengers battling something on the news, Peter swings over and is baffled to find them fighting each other. Ant-Man fills him in on what's going on. Peter unofficially takes Cap's side and attempts to help Cap and Bucky board the Quinjet, resulting in matchups against Black Panther and Iron Man this time around. The overall outcome of the fight is the same, and despite being on Cap's team, Peter is not imprisoned on the raft, being a teenager. Homecoming happens, but there's no connection between Peter and Tony and Happy. In Infinity War, Peter doesn't go into space with Tony and Doctor Strange. They fight Cull Obsidian and Ebony Maw together, but afterwards, Peter goes to the Avengers HQ and eventually Wakanda with Bruce and Cap's team. While there, he stays in the lab with Shuri, and he and Vision fight Corvus Glaive in the forest until Thanos shows up. Alongside the other Avengers, he attempts to fight off Thanos, but the snap ends up happening. Endgame happens pretty much as normal. Far From Home is the most radically different event because he and Tony didn't have a close relationship before his death. He doesn't receive Edith. Therefore, Mysterio targets War Machine, who he did give Edith to. War Machine is in London on government business, and the final battle happens with Peter and Rhodey fighting together. No Way Home simply doesn't happen. Things end with Rhodey still in possession of Edith, revealing himself to be a Skrull. Nice. Now that's the way to reveal Rhodey's a Skrull. Well done, Cobra. All right, number 3. Turtle asked the question, what if the super soldier serum corrupted Steve Rogers? Okay, Steve Rogers chases the HYDRA agent who just killed Erskine before seeing him hold a child hostage. He tackles the agent who shoots the child and then takes the cyanide pill. Steve is destroyed, realizing what he had done, but Peggy convinces him he did nothing wrong. He then starts doing his war bond campaigns, but quickly gets bitter and even violent to the people holding him back from fighting, which prompts them to send him in earlier. He joins Bucky's team in Italy, where they take down a HYDRA base. Steve sees Zola trying to escape and grabs him by the neck against a wall. Zola tells him that Schmidt will be leaving Italy for Germany the next day in an aircraft, as well as its current location. His neck suddenly gets snapped. Steve strangely doesn't feel bad about what he just did. Steve gets back to his team, telling them the information he got from Zola and that Zola took a cyanide pill before he could get any more information from him. It felt good getting away with the lie. The next day, they raid the base Schmidt was leaving from, and Steve and Bucky manage to board the aircraft. They take down the HYDRA soldiers inside before fighting and knocking out the Red Skull. Steve says they should kill him, but Bucky objects, saying they were given orders to bring him back alive. Steve says the world will never be safe with vermin like him. Bucky asks if he was telling the truth about what happened with Zola, or if he killed him. Steve denies, but Bucky realizes his friend died long ago. The two fight, with Bucky having to kick Steve into the Alps below. He turns around and sees the Red Skull, now conscious, pointing a gun at him. That's the last thing Bucky ever saw. After days of searching, HYDRA finally finds Steve Rogers, and although he was missing an arm, he was the perfect subject for their Winter Soldier project. Good stuff, Turtle. All right, Purples asked the question at number 2, what if the other half got blipped? So obviously a very popular topic for the What If episodes. Let's see what, in fact, I know I'm going to like this one because that's WandaVision, my favorite show right there. Okay, in this scenario, it's Wanda, Sam, Bucky, T'Challa, and Groot that don't get snapped. Even though Wanda doesn't create the Hex until well after Endgame in the main MCU, the shock of losing Vision causes her to create it immediately after the snap occurs. This results in WandaVision's episodes being set in the big city, Wakanda, instead of the suburbs, with the other remaining Avengers as the supporting cast. They have to search secretly to find each Infinity Stone while following the script. Hiding what they're doing from Wanda drives most of the sitcom comedy in each episode. Unfortunately, the Mind Stone is back on Vision's head, and Bucky tries to get it out while Sam and T'Challa try to stop him from trading lives. Eventually, they convince Vision to leave in the hopes someone out there can finish what Shuri started and can undo the snap. But they have to argue with Wanda about it. They succeed in getting Vision and the stones out of the Hex, but it's left ambiguous what happens after that. As Doctor Strange said, there's only one timeline where they win. Nice. And number 1, Shell Shocker 79 asked the question, what if Peter got the black suit instead of the Iron Spider suit? All right. In this universe, Tony is looking for a way to make a suit that doesn't require power after Iron Man 3. During a post-credit scene for Homecoming, Spider-Man sneaks into a bunker. Searching around, he says, Mr. Stark, what exactly does this thing look like? I don't know, kid. Something vaguely bioweapon-y? Peter retorts, are we sure it's safe to bring this thing out, Mr. Stark? But before Tony can answer, Peter swings through a door into a med lab. He pulls a curtain open and sees something. Hey, Mr. Stark, I think I found it. He lifts a tube with a black ooze inside. Tony says, keep it with you for now. Congrats, kid. You're an Avenger. In Infinity War, Peter sees Tony fighting aliens on the news, and after being told these guys are above his pay grade, he decides to don the black suit and join the fight. They fight with the aliens, and Spider-Man easily holds his own and gives himself a more demanding presence, telling Iron Man, I've got the big guy, go save the wizard. On the ship into space, instead of coming up with a plan, he just jumps in head first and fights, easily defeating him. Peter is gleefully enjoying every moment of it. While fighting Thanos, Spider-Man doesn't make a single joke through the fight, relishing in every punch he gets to throw, becoming more animalistic as the fight continues. He knows how much stronger he is, how much stronger he could be. When Mantis subdues Thanos, Spider-Man is able to rip the gauntlet off Thanos' arm. Without the stones, Mantis puts him to sleep. The camera zooms out until the music stops. We could save so many more people with them, a darker version of Peter says. We would be able to save everyone. Peter reaches down towards the gauntlet and removes the Power Stone. What are you doing? Tony yells. We are doing what we must, Peter says, as he begins to make his way back to the ship. This leaves the scene on a victory, but also in an even darker place than before. That's the way you do Venom. That's the way you do Venom. Thank you, Shell Shocker, for the number 1 What If Pitch contest entry. Hope you've enjoyed these. Again, you can join the Discord server and read more about them. And in the meantime, we eagerly await What If Season 2 starting December 22nd, right around the corner. Don't forget, we do have the December contest. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment, and you might win a book or a steelbook. And of course, we have the membership option. Plus, as I've discussed before, the Discord server has all kinds of fun things going on. We're going to watch every episode of Discord, every episode of What If live. So we'd love to have you join us. We do comic book clubs, we do MMORPG, and we're even going to be watching Aquaman right before the movie hits theaters. So please join us, pin comment. We'd love to have you be part of the server. Also, if you don't mind, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out more content, and we'll all continue to enjoy the ever-growing, ever-changing Marvel Cinematic Universe.